the question is, who is the greatest wrestler turned actor? You guys, this has been going on for the longest time. But we can easily, arguably, say the top three is either The Rock, Dave Bautista, and John Cena in no particular order. That's not my order, which I will give you my favorite top three wrestler turned actors, you guys. But the Hollywood Reporter came out with their top 10 list, and we'll go over it right now. So number one, they have Dave Bautista. Number two, they have Dwayne Johnson. Number three, they have John Cena. Then coming in at number four, you guys, you have Roddy Piper, who starred in John Carpenter's They Live. Then you have Adam Copeland, that is Edge. I can't believe Edge is even in top five. That is crazy to me. Then you have Kevin Nash. He starred in The Punisher, The Longest Yard, John Wick. Then we have at number seven, Hulk Hogan, you guys. You have like Rocky 3, Mr. Nanny. Coming in at number eight, you have Paul White, The Big Show. So, films like Waterboy or, Jingle All the Way. Not massively big, films, but enjoyable movies. And then you have Jesse Ventura, of course, Predator. He's number 9. Then number 10, you have Andre the Giant. Princess Bride, one of my favorite films of all time. But I wanted to talk about a very interesting top 3. Dave Bautista at number 1, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at 2, and John Cena at number 3. Now, we can all say that The Rock, he's really the motivation. He started this, wrestler turned actor thing, and he really propelled it. Like it was done like with Hulk Hogan and, Andre the Giant, but it wasn't really taken seriously. The Rock really changed his persona and was a bona fide action movie star. I mean, starring in films early in his career like The Mummy Returns and then branching off to do, The Scorpion King. I thoroughly enjoy so many of The Rock movies. But we're talking from an acting standpoint, The Rock has always been in this one particular bubble. And that's like the big action star, with the guy with the biggest muscles on screen. And that's been it for The Rock's tenure as an actor. Like I said, he's had some great stuff, especially when he first started acting. Films like Walking Tall and The Rundown. Those are easily my favorite Rock films out of his entire filmography. They were just so good at the time because he wasn't the muscle, you know what I mean? It really started with like Fast Five, you know what I mean? Where he was like oiled out and he was just overly big. He was ginormous. And then he had films like Gridiron Gang, which I really love and adored. And like I said, the Fast franchise, The Mummy Returns he starred in, Pain and Gain, directed by freaking Michael Bay, I think is so extremely underrated. And he did a film called Snitch, which I really enjoyed too. Jumanji, and of course he's in Moana 1 and 2, and he's doing the live action version of Moana. Hercules, Black Adam. His filmography is ginormous. But I think that ever since the scandal with the whole Black Adam thing and James Gunn taking over DC and them not continuing this character, I think The Rock is now at a turning point. He's going to be starring in a Martin Scorsese film, and he's also doing a biopic of the Smashing Machine. So he wants to be taken seriously, and he sees actors, wrestler turned actors like Dave Bautista, who has really turned a corner in his acting career. Easily number one on this list for me, it would be Dave Bautista, John Cena, and The Rock. And that's just based off acting, you guys. I still put The Rock at number 1 when it comes to filmography, because I still think The Rock has the best films out of all 3 actors. And you jump into Dave Bautista, you guys, obviously starting it off with Drax the Destroyer and the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy that really, gave him his career. Then he was in Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2. Phenomenal films. Absolutely big blockbuster movies. Blade Runner 2049, Knock at the Cabin, Glass Onion, Army of the Dead. And then, starring in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. He even was had a small, tiny role before Guardians of the Galaxy, early 2000s, in Smallville. So his career has really taken a turn, honestly. And you've seen him be this profound, really professional actor. It's definitely inspiring. So I think he has a slight edge on The Rock and John Cena when it comes to acting and his ability to really deliver performances. And then John Cena, he's still up and coming. He did 12 rounds way back in the day. We know how bad that was. He was in the Suicide Squad, and then obviously he's now in the Fast and the Furious franchise with Fast X that started. He's doing Peacemaker season 1. Season 2 drops this week. He was in Blockers, Bumblebee, Vacation Friends 1 and 2, Heads of State that just dropped, Playing with Fire. So he is just now up and coming, but he's being taken very serious. And James Gunn has stated he is so impressed with his acting ability in season 2. I mean, he's seen a massive jump from season 1 to season 2. He's been taken very serious. So if I'm crediting on straight up acting ability and performances, like I said, it goes Dave Bautista at number 1, number 2 John Cena, and then number 3 with The Rock. But who knows? With The Rock, taking on this massive biopic with the Smashing Machine, I've seen the trailer. It looks really damn good. It looks good. It looks like this could be The Rock's greatest performance in his entire career. And like I said, him starring in a Martin Scorsese movie is huge. It's massive. So I'm really looking forward to more of these, wrestler turned actors, really, propelling their careers outside of wrestling. It's not easy. It's not, and, Hollywood typically sees them as, the muscle-bound idiots, and that's not the case with, Dave Bautista, The Rock, and John Cena. They are all incredibly talented, individuals in their own way. They're a great, phenomenal, big name at the WWE. They're huge. The Rock is still a part of that stuff, doing his thing. Dave Bautista retired and he's moving on from that. I believe John Cena retired too. He's moving on and, solely focused on his acting career. But, this list seems about right, man. How you not going to have Stone Cold Steve Austin on this list? How you going to have Edge over Stone Cold Steve Austin? We see the racist he was in The Longest Yard, which is arguably one of the greatest sports movies of all time, you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What is your top 3 wrestlers turned actors and why? Thoughts and opinions, you guys, let me hear it in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching SeaWorld Productions. Peace.